Thinking of playing Death Ride Hellfire Pass. So the game turn has a German turn first, followed by a British turn. So I'm going to start focusing on the Germans, and in order to get going, I'm going to grab some forces and put them on the map. So I'm looking at probably the Germans put some forces defending point 201 here. Point 201. So I'm going to look at the Death Ride Hafid Ridge 15-16 June 1941 scenario. And so point 201 is BP4, or battle position 4, which is right down here, battle position 4, which says 1 to 3 units from above elements. Above elements being these ones, the elements occupying BP 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to grab some German units from this order of battle and put them on point 201. So I want at least some mix of unit types. So I thought I would try 2 different unit types, and I started with I just looked for the Bravo Company 39th Panzerjäger Battalion. Right there, it says ×3, so I'm guessing 1st, 2nd, 3rd platoon, and sure enough, we have 1st, 2nd, and 3rd platoons, Bravo Company 39th Panzerjäger Battalion. Then I thought I'd go ahead and put one, basically defend with 1 platoon forward, 2 platoons back, like that. Then I just thought I'd grab one of these armor companies. So I grabbed Delta Company here. And again, ×3. So sure enough, 1st, 2nd, 3rd platoons, Delta Company, 1st Battalion, 5th Panzer Regiment. So here, thought I would again defend 1 forward, 2 back, back being behind point 201. And then after finishing this little setup, I noticed that the Panzerjäger units here have a movement value of 0, which didn't sound right. So I figured, oh, there must be a mounted version. And sure enough, flip it over, and yeah, okay, so that's the mounted version. So then I thought, well, static defense, I'll go ahead and leave all 3 platoons on their dismounted sides. So the next question is, how many units can I put in 1 hex? In other words, what is stacking? The basic rule is no more than 2 companies worth of units may occupy the hex at the end of a game turn. And for this purpose, it looks like any 3 platoons is a company equivalent, or all the elements of the same company. So I'm assuming that means even if it's more than 3. So if there's a company that's made up of 4 elements, all those 4 elements that make up the same company can stack together. Okay, so we only have two platoon stacks. So we don't even have a whole company in any 1 hex. Next question, can these units that begin in a static defense, can they begin dug in, or what type of defenses can we give them? So to get an idea of what kinds of things we can give the German defenders at the start, I went back to the scenario card, and it does say special and obstacles. The German player may place north of the XX12 hex row. These things. Fortifications dug in, counters, wire, mine. Okay, so I thought I would give them a slice of this. I'm going to give them 1 fortification counter. I'll give them 2 dug-in counters, 3 wire markers, and 2 mine markers. And now I can't remember what I said. All right, 1 fortification marker. And I think I said 2 dug-in markers. Look like what? Look like some foxholes. That's a, say 2 dug-in markers. 2 dug-in markers. Say 3 wire markers. I think I said 3 wire markers. So yes, wire, and 2 mine markers. Hope I said something like that. So got mine marker. All right, those are our German fortifications. So while I wonder about placement restrictions, I didn't immediately see any. So I'm gonna take this fortification marker. I'm gonna just quickly give it to the center unit there. That'll be the anchor of the defense here. We will let the other 2 units of the 0.201 get the dug-in markers. We'll put some wire, like that, and we'll put some mines on the flanks and do something like that. All right. So just for the heck of it, I'm looking in the counter mix, and we have these Overwatch markers. So my question is, can units begin with an Overwatch marker? Okay, units in Overwatch mode can fire at enemy units that try to make opportunity fire attacks. So I'm not sure how much the Germans are going to be wanting to respond to opportunity fire attacks, assuming that opportunity fire attacks are in response to movement, and the Germans don't plan to move a lot, being the static defenders. So maybe I'll still experiment, and I'll just go ahead and put the Overwatch marker on the center force of the defense here. My next question is, there are these reserve markers. Can I have my tanks here in the back here already set in reserve mode? So units in reserve are allowed to spend all their movement points to move into hexes that are being assaulted by the enemy player. So sounds good enough. So if the British are going to be attacking this position, and eventually they will be assaulting somewhere along my defense here, I guess the tanks in the rear there could be in reserve to respond to that. So that is what I have thought of so far for a German defense, and now let's just move ahead to the British player turn. We'll get some forces out and they will get moving. Alright, to get our first wave moving, I'm just going to grab the first company here from the second RTR, Alpha Company, and right there I noticed, yep, we do have 4 element companies. So for stacking, I think all 4 of the platoons of Alpha Company here, if they're stacked together, they count as 1 company for the 2 company limit. Alright, so we're going to get out the Alpha Company, and they're going to start moving. They're going to start moving at 13 hexes away from the German defense at point 201. So we have our 4 platoons from Alpha Company here. And again, they could all begin stacked in a single hex, but I'm going to spread them out a little bit. I'll probably just do 2 and 2, and we'll get them on the desert floor and moving north.